Sometimes fascism is good, and everybody else is too fucking scared to say this shit.
Because the Democrats care more about optics, chat, than actually getting shit done. They're terrified of being called authoritarian, fascist, dictators. They're terrified of being called that. So that is why they're so soft when it comes to riots. This is why they don't want to go ahead and activate the military, the National Guard. This is why they don't even like it when the cops wear riot gear. They don't like that. You know what? Let's be honest here. What's so bad with fascism? Yeah, I fucking said it. What's so bad about it? I do think that there are times where we need to practice and observe fascist regime rule sets to get order and make sure shit happens. What's wrong with fucking strong nationalism? What's wrong with caring about country over the individual, right? What's wrong with giving a fuck about your country and having a strong sense of pride, right? Here's the shit that they won't tell you in history. This is what they won't tell you. Your boy Top H, after Germany lost World War I, they had to sign something called the Versailles Agreement. The Versailles Agreement basically made it where Germany couldn't have an army of a certain size and they were paying crippling reparations. The dollar was so weak that they would wheelbarrow Deutschmarks, right? And they couldn't even buy fucking bread. That's how bad the inflation was. So then your boy, Mustache Man, comes in, creates a fascist state, creates a dollar backed on labor, and revitalizes the fucking economy. It went from the poorest country post World War I to the strongest country right around World War II, before World War II, in the 30s. This is a fact. Any historian will tell you this. Revitalized the German economy. Completely revitalized it through strong nationalism and putting their country first. And this is a fact. Even historians will tell you this. This isn't like some fucking propaganda shit. Like, he was on the cover of Times Magazine. The point I'm trying to make is there are times where you will have to adopt certain government characteristics to get shit done. The problem with the Democrats is they think, oh yeah, let's just go ahead and be democratic with a bunch of raging morons that want to destroy the city. No, you must utilize authoritarianism to a degree, get these niggas off the street, then you can return things to normal. You have to create order. But the problem with these Democrats is they think, no, we just don't want to escalate. We don't want to make things worse. But what ends up happening? They destroy the city anyway. I've got an interesting story to tell you guys. So Stu Peters, right? He's a controversial podcaster. He told me a very interesting story. So the day that George Floyd was arrested and died, right, by Chauvin in the Minneapolis Police Department, on that day, he was actually out apprehending fugitives. He had like a business where he would like go out and apprehend fugitives, right? And they had police radios. So when the George Floyd shit happened, they were a couple blocks away and they came to actually assist. They were there helping the police secure the perimeter when a crowd started to form around Floyd. And what ended up happening was when Floyd died, he saw the beginning of the city starting to mobilize. And Tim Walz was reluctant to bring out the National Guard. But what ended up happening was by the next night, they were torching the fucking police station. And they told the police not to engage the crowd. So they basically were throwing Molotov cocktails, destroying cars, whatever. And they were telling them to stand back, not to do anything, right? Very limited enforcement action. Then when Walz realized, damn, I can't get this under control, and Minneapolis was on fucking fire, he brought in the National Guard. But when he brought in the National Guard, they weren't allowed to carry ammunition in their rifles, okay? So what ended up happening was one of the rioters noticed this, that the rifles were all dry, and he told all the other rioters, hey, just so you know, these niggas are neutered. They don't got nothing. And what did they do? Escalate even more so. And they barely got the city under control. Took them weeks. So why am I telling you guys this story? Because Democrats and liberals want to sit here and put fascism as a bad thing or authoritarianism as a bad thing. There are times when the government is going to need to take absolute power to bring fucking things back in order. And this is what happens a lot of times when you're in these blue liberal cities where you don't enforce the law, you're not hard on crime, you let them fucking do whatever they want, you have illegal immigration sprawling out of everywhere, and what ends up happening is these people become emboldened because they know that the law enforcement is weak. They know that nothing's gonna happen. They know that they're not gonna deal with consequences. In California, guys, up until recently, if you stole something for $1,000 or less, you would not go to fucking jail, man. Looting was all over the place. I kid you not, chat. And I tell you guys this so you guys understand the emboldened mindset of criminals and degenerates. So when Trump went to go do this immigration raid and like half of LA's like Hispanic or something like that, and there's a lot of illegal aliens that live there, of course they're gonna rebel. You have a lot of illegal aliens that feel like they're impervious. On top of that, you got rampant fucking crime where crooks are stealing and nothing happens to them. You got a police force that's too fucking cucked to do anything. You got a mayor that's a pussy, and you got a fucking governor that's a pussy where they want to go ahead and democracy, woo, yeah, all this other shit. You can't deal with these fucking hooligans like this. They don't deserve a democracy. You need totalitarianism sometimes to get these niggas in line. Sorry, the democracy is reserved for those people that are civil and not fucking scumbags. These idiots have no order, so therefore we will create the order for you. And this is what Democrats don't fucking get. Not everyone is the same, and not everyone deserves the same treatment. Some of these niggas gotta get put in fucking jail and get hit upside the head with a fucking nightstick so they realize, hey, motherfucker, we're not here to play around with you dumbass niggas. This isn't Mexico. We got fucking rule of law over here, motherfucker, okay? Now this might be too fucked up for you guys to hear. Some of you guys, oh my God, man, oh, fascism. Oh well, LA is beyond saving because of this whole mindset of we're too scared to enforce the law. We're too scared. We don't want to be a fascist state. We don't want to be dictators. Well, now look what you've done. You've been putting off having law and order in your state and your cities for so goddamn long. Now look what you're dealing with.